It was great. It was great.
A question for everybody. Just seeing like just the presence of Villanova in the pros. You know, you got Jalen Brunson, Dottie DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges. What does that do for you guys as far as inspiration? Do you guys draw any inspiration from that? Look at that. What sort of impact does that have for you?
I'll answer it, but yeah, no, tons of motivation. You know, we look up to those guys. You know, playing in the NBA, and Villanova is one of the closest spots to it. So being able to push every day and look up to those guys, that's where we want to be and continue our careers and pushing in the NBA. So we look up to those guys a lot.
Kevin, you made a hockey change there early in the first half. Was there something you weren't liking on the defensive end? Or?
No, it was more. It just we had gone. I think we went 5.5 straight minutes, and those guys were gassed. I mean, France teams, the first 5 minutes of the first half and first 5 minutes of the second half, they're gone. And so you have 2 freshmen and a sophomore out there that just aren't used to that. If they were 3 juniors and a senior, they probably would have understood it. But the first time you go up against it, the same thing happened to us at Duquesne. I did the same thing.
What kind of flipped defensively in your transition game? I guess once you were able to get stops and turnovers, you kind of played the style you wanted to play there.
Yeah, I think it's the nice thing about having a guy like Dev come off the bench, Malachi. They're older, they're more physical, they're a different look than Caden and Bryce. So when they come on, we always get better defensively. And I think as that unit has been able to practice together, they've gotten better offensively. The biggest issue we had with those guys is Dev was out for 2 months. Malcolm was out. Zion was out for a month and a half. So those guys didn't get to practice that much together. I think defensively, I always had a lot of confidence, but I think they're getting their confidence now offensively.
Devin, can you talk about growing up in California, what you knew about the Big Five, and what this experience was like playing in the Big Five Classic?
Yeah, I've never heard of it. But I'm just honored to be able to put on a Villanova jersey and get a win in the Big Five. So it means a lot. I know it means a lot to everyone in Philly.
Duke, Coach just kind of talked about having everyone back healthy and stuff. Now you're back healthy. Obviously Malcolm Flagg's got some time tonight. So the team's kind of shaping up health-wise. From your perspective, obviously Coach talked about the confidence, but from your perspective, what has it been like to kind of have a team fully healthy in these practices to kind of practice those rotations?
I think that's the biggest factor, like you said, is our team has been going on and off with injuries, and even myself, and Dev. But it's really important to practice fully healthy. We have 3 big teams coming up, so hopefully we can get back and practice, all of us, and prepare us for these next couple of games. But it's super important.
Kevin, you had the opening game against BYU. You've had some time since then to kind of know what you're looking at here, and obviously Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm looking at Michigan.
Tuesday's a big test.
I don't think anybody wants to look at Michigan right now, to be perfectly honest with you.
I mean, where do you?
No, I mean, we'll definitely set the schedule up a little bit differently next year. Balance it out a little bit differently. Just have a little bit more balance on it. But I think being at home has been good for this team, because we've been able to get a little bit of rhythm practice-wise, a little bit of rhythm. Being at home is always nice, even though we played at LaSalle, and this is technically a home game. It's not traveling, gives you some extra time. So we have a big test Tuesday, because I think by far they're playing the best basketball in the country.
Have you had enough time to do any advanced scouting? I know it's a couple days away. But.
No, I'll start doing that tonight.
Coach, can you talk about how Devin has fit in and what he brings to the team as a grad student and with all the experience?
Yeah, I mean, Dev, before Dev got hurt, I was really excited about how he was playing. And I think there's nights like now where he's just, and he would say he's still not, in my opinion, full 100% back to the player he was before he got hurt. But he brings a mental toughness, he brings experience, he's a great teammate. So, and now that he's kind of getting his groove back a little bit, I expect to see more nights like this. No pressure.
Coach McCaffrey was in here. He said he considers you a very good friend in the profession. This is the 4th different stop you've been at where you you've coached against him. So what's your relationship with him? What's it been like? To
Yeah,
coach
I was
him?
hoping to get away from Fran, to be honest with you. I love him. So I have nightmares of Fran just because my 3 years at Iona, his Siena team was as good of a mid-major team. Like if that Siena team was now in way college basketball and how much notoriety the mid-majors get, like that team was ridiculous. And so I don't think I ever beat Fran those 3 years. And then we've had some good battles, and I think we played six times in the Big Ten. I like the fact I don't have to travel to Iowa to see Fran, and I can go right down the street. But I have so much respect. I think he's gonna turn Penn into a sleeping giant, in my opinion.
Dude, what does it look like to kind of build your team chemistry and also to build your IQ to be able to coordinate as a whole unit? I see even you down low were able to coordinate with Devin and your other guard, and also be able to get some good lobs down below. So what's that process like for you guys?
Yeah, no, it's an intensive process. You know, me and Dev are both seniors here at Villanova, so you know our leadership comes to a part of it a lot. Building chemistry, especially with a younger team. You know, we have freshmen and sophomores out there on the court with us, so building that chemistry is super important. And you know, we built that in the summertime, but we're continuing it now. You know, pushing, winning games, stacking wins. So it's going to be an ongoing thing throughout the season. So yeah, it's very important.
Penn didn't attempt a three the last 5 minutes of the first half. What did you do to force a change in their shot selection?
I told him the next guy gives up a three, he's never playing again. Thank you.